Namaste students. So today we are going to begin with the new chapter, that is the Browning version by Terence Rattigan. It's a beautiful play, it's a skit. If you would have been here, would have nicely enjoyed it and acting in the class. So this particular play has got the title as the Browning version. Why? Because it's a play by Robert Browning. Of course, we're going to see about it in detail. But before that, let's read about or let's know about the author. He was born on 10th June 1911 and he died on 30th November 1977. He was a British dramatist and screenwriter. His plays are typically set in an upper middle class background. He wrote The Wilslow Boy in 1946, the Browning version in 1948, The Deep Blue Sea in 1952, and Separate Tables in 1954. These are among many other of his plays. Regarding the main writer, you can say Robert Browning. The play gets the title the Browning version as it is the adaptation of the translation by Robert Browning of Aeschylus' ancient play. Now, this particular play is a tragedy written by an ancient writer, a Greek writer, and Robert Browning had translated it into English. And this particular writer, Terence Rattigan, has just borrowed this, so this play gets the name as the Browning version. Robert Browning. So let's know about Robert Browning. Robert Browning was born on 7th May 1812 and he died on 12th December 1889. He was an English poet and a playwright whose dramatic monologues made him one of the foremost Victorian poets. His poems are noted for irony, characterization, dark humor, social commentary, historical settings, and challenging vocabulary and syntax. So, let's know about the Greek writer from whose play this particular story is adapted by Robert Browning, and later on it was adapted by the present writer of this particular play called the Browning version. So Aeschylus is an ancient Greek tragedian. He is often described as the father of tragedy. Academics' knowledge of the genre begins with his work and understanding of earlier tragedies is largely based on inferences made from reading his surviving plays. According to Aristotle, he expanded the number of characters in the theatre and allowed conflict among them. Before this, characters interacted with only the chorus. So here we have the statue of the Greek writer, tragedian, who is also called as the father of Greek, or father of, you can say, Greek tragedy. So let's see in short what is there in this particular play, the Browning version by Terence Rattigan. This chapter is a short extract from the play, the Browning version, written by Terence Rattigan. It is a one-act play set in a school. There are 4 characters in the play, and this particular play was first enacted in, actually you can say, Boys Public School in London in 1948. On 8 September 1948, this was first enacted in Boys Public School. So here we have 4 characters: Taplow, Frank, Mrs. Millie, and Mr. Crocker Harris. Taplow is 16 years old student. Frank is a young teacher and Mr. Crocker Harris is a middle-aged schoolmaster. And Mrs. Millie is wife of Mr. Crocker Harris. So we have Taplow who has arrived in the school to do extra work for Mr. Crocker Harris. He meets Frank and they both engage in a conversation while Taplow waits for Mr. Harris. Later enters Millie, Mrs. Crocker Harris, who talks to Taplow. So the scene is set in a school. Now actually we cannot have the textbook in front of us. You can just afterwards enjoy. You can be Taplow, you can be Frank, you can be Mr. Crocker Harris, and you can be Mrs. Miller. Of course, Crocker Harris is not there. He is just, his image is there in this particular play. Exactly, we have only 3 characters. Taplow, Frank, and Mrs. Millie. So you can enact their role, you can read it, you can enjoy, but before that, try to understand what is there in this particular play, the Browning version. So let's see. The scene is set in a school where Taplow arrives to do extra work on the last day for Crocker Harris as he missed a day before. He finds Frank, a science teacher in the school. Frank asks him his name and the reason he is there that day. Taplow studies in the lower 5th standard and is about to get his result from his teacher, whose name is Mr. Harris. Mr. Crocker Harris usually reveals the result on the last day of school, and unlike every other teacher, he follows the rules and regulations strictly. Now, what are the rules and regulations? Actually, the result has to be announced by the headmaster, not the subject teacher or not the class teacher. So, Mr. Crocker Harris follows this particular rule and regulation strictly. So, now here continues. Actually, here what I have done is I have just used indirect speech. I have just written in indirect speech the dialogues which were spoken, or you can say which was conversed between Taplow, Mr. Frank, and Mrs. Millie. So they both start having a conversation where Frank asks him several questions. We don't see Mr. Crocker Harris in the whole chapter, but we get to know a lot about him. Taplow wants to take science as a remove because he finds the subject extremely interesting. Frank, on the other hand, doesn't like what he teaches in the school. Mr. Crocker Harris is hardly human as he never shrivels up. He told Taplow that he will get what he deserves, nothing less and nothing more, and this makes him tensed. Taplow further imitates Mr. Harris twice in front of Frank. We are just seeing the summary. Okay? Frank admits that he envies Mr. Crocker Harris because of the effect he has on them. Taplow tells him that he never shows his emotions like other teachers and never beats them up like other masters. He is not a sadist. As they were deeply engaged in a conversation, Millie enters and comes with a shopping bag. She asks Taplow to go out and come back in a quarter of an hour as Mr. Crocker Harris will be late. If her husband arrives earlier, she will take the blame. She further gives him a prescription and instructs him to purchase medicines for her from the chemist. Taplow follows and goes away to do the job. So this is what is the summary of this particular play. We are going to go in detail, but I am going to just use the conversation in indirect speech used by these characters in this particular play. Very, very interesting character. It is just an extract from the play. The play's name is the Browning version. You have just got it as a one-act play. The scene is a short extract from the play, the Browning version. Taplow is a boy aged 16 who arrives at the school to do extra work for Mr. Crocker Harris. If you see in India, at the age of 16, you are almost in 10th standard. So let's say here, Crocker Harris is the teacher and Taplow is a boy in that particular level. He meets another teacher, Frank, and engages in a conversation with him while waiting for Mr. Harris. Frank is another teacher in that school who is young in age. Mr. Crocker Harris is a middle-aged teacher. Frank saw Taplow and asked his name and in which class he studies. Taplow answers him and tells him that he studies in the lower 5th standard and he cannot specialize until he gets his division. Here division is remove, or you can say it's a result. Frank asked him whether he got the remove or not, and Taplow replied that his master, who is the master? Mr. Crocker Harris, doesn't reveal the information like other masters. Frank asks why Mr. Crocker Harris doesn't reveal the remove earlier like other masters. Taplow tells him that he already knows how how Mr. Harris is. Frank supposes that there is a rule that the form result should be revealed on the last day of the term by the headmaster. As I told you before, it is a rule over there that only headmaster announces whether that particular child is promoted to the next class or not. Taplow agrees and tells him that Mr. Crocker Harris follows it very seriously. Frank shares that he doesn't follow it, but still Taplow should wait until tomorrow to know his result, to which he agrees. Now here we get to know about how these two characters or how these two masters are distinguished. Mr. Crocker Harris strictly follows the rules and regulations. Whether Mr. Franz, whether he follows, no, he doesn't follow. He agrees that I don't follow it because he announces the result to his students before the headmaster does it. Frank asks Taplow about what Remo he is interested to take further, and he replies science. So science, Frank is a science teacher and Mr. Crocker Harris is the language teacher, you can say literature, one who teaches literature to the students. So Frank is asking Taplow what he would love to do, what he would love to take as it's a major. So Taplow says that next I would love to take science. Frank tells him that they have some lazy students in science, to which Taplow clarifies that he is interested in the subject, that is why he wants to take it. Frank tells him that he is not interested in science, which he has to teach in the school. Here once again we get to know about these two masters. Mr. Crocker Harris loves his subject and he sees to it that his student understands everything. But Frank is such a teacher, he says that he doesn't love the subject which he teaches, which is a drawback. A master should love the subject which he teaches to the students, and that is how there is an effect of that particular love towards the subject. The teacher is able to impart the knowledge of that particular subject to her or his students. But here Frank says that he doesn't love science, and he also comments, he is actually indirectly discouraging Taplow, saying that he has some lazy students in science. To which Taplow says that he is not lazy, he is very much interested in science. Okay, so let's see next. Taplow thinks that the subject that Frank teaches is still a good deal than the book he is currently reading. Upon asking about the book, Taplow tells him about the name of the author and the book. Now, who is the author? As we have seen before, is Aeschylus, who is the Greek tragedian, is the author, and the book is Agamemnon. Book. Taplow further shares his view about the Agamemnon. He thinks that the plot is good, but the way those Greek words are taught to them combined together is useless. He says the book is beautiful, the story is beautiful, but the way it is taught to us, because we are made to understand each and every word, Greek word is made to be understood, and that is what I hate. Even we would love to read the book, but when that book is there for studies, when we need to completely scrutinize the book, the author, it becomes boring. Like example, in this particular play, if you are just reading it, you will enjoy. But if you are asked to read the play and understand it and then answer the questions given in the exam, you feel it is boring. That's why few children, they don't like literature. Okay, so let's see what's next. On criticizing the book, Frank tells him that you are sounding a little bit bitter about Mr. Crocker Harris. So when he says that the way it has been taught, of course he's not pointing out Mr. Crocker Harris. He's pointing out the system, how the literature is taught in schools. So he says the way it has been taught, actually that we don't, it's very, very boring. Further, Frank asks him if he is staying in school as a punishment, to which Taplow replies that he is in the school on the last day of the term due to extra work. Now, why has Mr. Crocker Harris called Taplow? Mr. Crocker Harris wants to give extra work. Extra work means a class. He wants to give extra class special class to Taplow. Why? He was ill last week, due to which he was absent for a day, for which he is compensating now by doing extra work. Here the teacher has made the child to come to him because the child was absent to the class when this particular chapter, when this particular play was taught in the class. So the teacher wants that the child should come. Teacher is going to explain it to the child. And here it shows how Mr. Crocker Harris is different from Mr. Frank. Mr. Crocker Harris is a dedicated teacher, a middle-aged teacher, an experienced teacher who wants to teach the child. He wants to see that the child who has missed his class due to illness gets to know, gets to understand this particular chapter, and then only he will get his remove. Whereas Mr. Frank is not at all interested in his own subject, and he calls his own students as lazy students. He is not bothered that he should make the class active, he should make them active. Here he blames the students. Let's see next. He further says that he feels that Mr. Harris also has extra work himself because he is leaving tomorrow for good. Harris didn't have any extra work, and yet with such a good weather he has to come to school. He also adds that he wanted to play golf at that moment. So here he is pointing out that it's actually good weather outside. Mr. Crocker Harris would have loved to go out and play golf. Even he says, even I would love to play golf at this moment, but my teacher is spending his extra leisure time for my sake, and even he has made me also come for this extra work, or you can say special class or extra class. Frank comforts him by saying that he will get his remove tomorrow due to the extra work he is doing for Mr. Harris. Taplow is unsure of this and tells him that this might work for other teachers, but Mr. Harris is different. He doesn't give a student a remove for doing extra work. Taplow had asked Mr. Harris about his remove, to which the master had given an astonishing answer. Here Frank is just comforting. Okay, fine, don't worry, you will get the remove. Why? Because today you are attending the extra class. So to this, Taplow says, I am not sure, because this master is not like other masters. Other masters might have given him the remove, might have passed him or promoted him to next class, but this particular master, Mr. Crocker Harris, is very, very particular. He will see that the child understands, and when Taplow asked whether I will get my remove tomorrow, to that he has given an astonishing answer. Let's see what he had given the answer. Frank asks him what Mr. Harris told him upon being asked about his remove. Taplow imitates. Now here Taplow is not just telling what Mr. Crocker told him when he asked whether I will get my remove after doing my extra work. Here he is imitating his master, Crocker Harris, and tells him exactly what his master answered him. Mr. Harris had said that he will get what he deserves, nothing less, nothing more. And so what? Mr. Crocker Harris replied to Taplow that you will get what you deserve, not less, not more. Taplow feels that he might have marked him down for taking extra work because he doesn't have human feelings. Then he realizes that he has said too much, therefore he apologizes to Frank. Frank asks him to repeat what he just said about Mr. Harris, and he starts imitating him again. Frank tells him that his imitation is not close to Mr. Harris' way of saying things, and he told him to read his book. Now here, one more weakness what we see about Frank is actually encouraging the other students to imitate the master, or you can say imitate his colleague, which is not a good thing. And then he tells him that you are not doing it properly, then he realizes he should not do that, and he tells Taplow to continue reading the book which he has brought, because at any time his master may arrive and he may get extra work. Taplow explains to him that there are many teachers in the school whose names he will not take, but they are the saddest. Now, who is the saddest? A teacher or a master or a person who enjoys, exploiting others, torturing others, that particular person is called sadist. But here he says that other masters are sadists. My master, Mr. Crocker Harris, is not a sadist. They think that the boys don't understand a thing, but Frank is different from them as he is young and he is from a science background and must know about sadism. Here, one more thing what we get to know about students' behavior is, students always try to butter their teacher. He says that other teachers are different, but Frank is not like that, because next class Taplow wants to take science, and here he's praising Frank. Why? Because he wants to be in good books with Frank. The next class is going to take science, and he wants to be that Frank, Mr. Frank, his teacher, science teacher, should have good opinion about him. So he is praising Frank in front of him, but he is not. Actually, he is pointing out fault in other masters. Frank, in a surprising tone, exclaims about the condition of schools. Taplow goes on ranting about Mr. Harris. He shares that Mr. Crocker Harris is not a sadist, and yet he has no feelings. Of course, he is not a sadist, but at the same time, he has no feelings. He is a type of a person who might hate it when people like him. He further says he doesn't know about any master there who doesn't like being liked. Here we get to know about Mr. Crocker Harris, how different he is from other masters. Here Frank may be enjoying when Taplow is praising about him, but Taplow clearly mentions that he is such a master who doesn't like the people who praise him. That is what we get to know. Other masters, maybe they are same like Frank. They enjoy being praised by their students, but here Crocker Harris, he is not such a master who enjoys. Okay. He further says he doesn't know about any master there who doesn't like being liked. Frank mocks him and says he hasn't seen any student using this quality for his own purpose. Taplow agrees and calls Mr. Harris as Croc again, to which Frank corrects him by saying his full name. Now it is quite natural, you as student, you have kept pet names, or you have kept certain short names to your teachers. Here it happens that when he is speaking about Mr. Crocker Harris in front of the other teacher, due to his usage, he calls Mr. Crocker Harris as Croc. And to which Frank points out, Taplow realizes, he apologizes for that, but let's see what the conversation continues. Of course, later on he takes his full name. Taplow corrects himself and admits that he still likes him and he cannot help it. Sometimes Mr. Crocker Harris sees it and he wrinkles even more, to which Frank replies that he must be exaggerating. Now here what is the conversation? That Taplow, he says, though he is like that, he still likes Mr. Crocker Harris and he cannot stop without doing that. To which Frank says, oh, maybe you are exaggerating by saying that, because Taplow says, I still like my master, and maybe he knows that. And that's why he shrivels, he wrinkles sometimes when he knows about it, to which Frank says, oh, you are exaggerating this. Okay, so let's see what he's saying next. The door upright is pushed open and Millie Crocker Harris enters. She is a thin woman in her late 30s, rather more smartly dressed than the general run of schoolmasters' wives. Now here Millie is no one else but Mr. Crocker Harris' better half. She is in her late 30s, and here the author is comparing that she dresses smartly as compared to the other schoolmasters' wives. She is wearing a cap and carries a shopping basket. She closes the door and then stands by the screen watching Taplow and Frank. It is a few seconds before they notice her, because they don't know when the door opened, when she came inside, because they are busy in the conversation about Crocker Harris. Taplow shares further that one day Mr. Crocker Harris cracked one of his classic jokes, to which no one laughed. He understood that the joke was meant to be funny and laughed anyway, because he wanted to be polite and to feel sorry for him making such poor jokes. He doesn't remember what the joke was and asked Frank to suppose he cracked a joke right away and asked him to laugh. Now here he is again imitating his master by telling one incident that in the class, Mr. Crocker Harris, he has the habit of cracking jokes. And one day he had cracked a joke which was very poor that none of the students in the class, they laughed. So out of pity and out of like he wanted to be polite towards his master, he laughed loudly. To which he is saying that Mr. Crocker Harris made him to stand in the class and to explain to the entire class the joke, because he was the only one boy who laughed at this joke, and maybe the entire class has not understood the joke. Actually, even Taplow had not heard about it, he had not understood, but just out of respect, out of his liking to Mr. Crocker Harris, he had laughed loudly. That is what he is informing to Frank by imitating his master. He imitated his teacher again and told Frank what his reaction was when he laughed at his joke. Mr. Crocker Harris asked him to explain the joke to the rest of the form means class, as he was the only one laughing in the class. As he was saying this, the door of the classroom opened. Of course, here Millie enters. That incident which I told you, it is not explained or not imitated. It's done before actually. Millie enters after this explanation. As he was saying this, the door of the classroom opened and Millie, the wife of Mr. Crocker Harris, entered the class. She was a thin woman who dressed smarter than the rest of the women who were wives of schoolmasters. She was wearing a cap and was carrying a shopping basket. She closed the door as she entered and stood next to the screen watching both of them talking. They noticed her after a few seconds. It's after this actually, this particular incident, they noticed. She entered in and they noticed when the conversation was going on between them about Crocker Harris. As Frank was joking about telling the joke to others, he saw Millie and stopped talking. So when this conversation was going on about this particular incident, Frank saw Millie and he stopped talking. He turned around and was revealed by seeing her there and wished her hello. It's like etiquette when a gentleman sees a lady. So when he realized that a lady has entered the staff room or classroom, he wished her. She replied hello without any expressions on her face and put her basket on the sideboard. Taplow asked Frank in a desperate tone if she had heard any of their conversation, because now Taplow is scared. She is the better of his master, and it's quite natural. She may complain about him that he was imitating, he was commenting about her husband. So Frank thought that she did because she was standing there for quite some time. Millie took her cap off and hung it on a hall stand. Taplow in a worrying tone says if she did hear them, then he will not get his remove, and Frank tells him not to think too much. Frank crosses the fireplace. So here he is scared that if the wife of his master had already heard about this, she may complain and there are chances that he may not get the remove. Millie picks up the basket from the sideboard and puts it on the table. She asks Taplow if he is waiting for her husband, to which he replies yes. She tells him he is at the bursars and it might take some time. So she informs, you are waiting for my husband, it's better if you don't wait, because he is at one particular place and it may take some time for him to reach over here. If she was in his place, she might have left. Taplow replies that he said he will come. My master told me he will come. If I don't wait, it will be an insult to my master, and there is a chance my master will follow me to my house where he may take my extra class. As Millie unpacks the things from the basket, she suggests him to go for a quarter of an hour and then come back to check on him. Tableau asks her if Mr. Crocker Harris comes back before him, then what will happen? Millie assured him that she will take the blame for this and takes out a prescription from the basket. She hands it over to him and asks him to bring medicines for her from the chemist. He agrees and crosses the door upright. So here she wants the boy to go out for some time. She says that till he comes back, why don't you go to a nearby chemist and get me some medicines for your master. So she removes the prescription from the basket and she gives to Tableau and she says, for just quarter of an hour, you go out and come back and just check whether he is there. If he is there, he will take your extra class. If he is not there, you may go home. So with this, we end the summary of this particular play. Enjoy reading it. You can sit in front of a mirror, be Tableau, be Frank and be Millie, and you have to change your body texture, gesture, your intonations and tonations, your voice as per the character. Mr. Crocker Harris is a middle age, Mr. Frank is a young guy, and Mrs. Millie is in her late 30s. So you can just, as per the character, you can enact in front of the mirror, enjoy this play, read word to word. But after listening to this video, understanding this chapter, and then you can enjoy. So with this, we end with this particular chapter, that is the Browning version by